Hello everybody, the Quiet Atheist here, yet again with another very interesting video for you guys today. Now, before I get started, I wanted to let you guys know that this particular video is basically going to be an open letter to those individuals out there who are actively opposing the LGBT community, who are actively against the LGBT community. The first thing that I want to say is I don't understand your thinking process. I don't understand why you guys think the way that you do. It seems to me that you individuals out there who are against homosexuality and against gay marriage, think that, homosexuals are basically less than human, that they don't deserve the same rights as everybody else. And naturally, I'm going to disagree with you on this particular subject because these individuals are human beings just like everyone else. They deserve the right to love one another, they deserve the right to marry one another, and they also deserve the right to enjoy life and live peacefully just like everybody else does. And I don't understand how a couple in the LGBT community is affecting you directly, you know. If you do not like what you're looking at, turn the other way. It's that simple. But you have to realize that these people are human beings too. They want to sit here and they want to enjoy every minute of their lives just like everybody else does. And your whole position on this is completely flawed. It is groundless, plain and simple. Now, before I go even further, I wanted to take this opportunity to thank Aliens Love Peanuts for providing me with a couple of videos that have basically made me feel compelled to make this video for you guys. Now, those videos will be in the description down below for everyone to take a look at, of course. And I must warn you that one of the videos is pretty graphic because it involves an LGBT member basically getting killed in Jamaica, and it's something that is really disgusting because this type of thing happens all over the place in other countries. These people really don't care about what they do to other human beings because they think that the LGBT community is nothing more than a group of disgusting people, and that is literally absurd and preposterous. But those videos are in the description down below, and it's something that is very disgusting. I wanted to take this opportunity to warn you guys. Now, as far as the LGBT community is concerned, I think that these individuals, like I've said before many times, they deserve to live peaceful lives. They deserve to enjoy everything that everybody else has as well, as far as a peaceful life is concerned. But there are a lot of people out there in Christianity, in Islam, etc., who don't want these people to have good lives. They don't want these people to have peaceful lives. They don't want these people to be happy. These people want to impose their bigoted views on the LGBT community, and that is nothing more than unnecessary. It doesn't need to happen in any way, shape, or form. This type of behavior does nothing more than hold society back. It's a cancer on society, and it's going to create a lot of problems. It's going to create problems that are going to be so big that they are literally going to be hard to fix in the long run, and a lot of people are going to get hurt. And that's something that I do not want, especially when it is over something stupid. These individuals that are against the LGBT community have it in their head that they got to stop these people from loving one another. They got to stop these people from marrying each other because they think it's so horrible. They think homosexuality is unnatural, despite the evidence to the contrary. Homosexuality is observed in over 1,500 species of animal, yet these assholes, will continue to have the position that somehow homosexuality isn't natural. They're basically full of shit. They can never get anything right as far as trying to preach their nonsense. They're always flip flopping all over the place, like a trout out of water, basically, with nothing really, positive to focus on because they can't live that way. They can't live a positive life. They always have to bully somebody else that thinks differently from them. that has a different sexual orientation from them. They think that these people in the LGBT community are threats, and there's no evidence to prove that. They think that somehow Christianity is getting suppressed in this country, when in all actuality, it isn't. A lot of these Christians like to play the persecution complex card, when in all actuality, they have no idea what persecution is all about. They have every right, that they claim that is being taken from them. That's not true. They have all the rights that they have. Nothing's being taken from Christianity. Nothing's being taken from Christians at all. Yet they spew these, incoherent ramblings on how their rights are being taken away and that they're being persecuted, etc., etc., when none of it's true. None of it at all is true. And there's a couple of Christians out there who need to learn the difference between suppression and equality. It's something that I really want to point out, because a lot of you ignorant assholes out there will do nothing more than spew a lot of ignorant bullshit and expect everyone to believe it. Nothing's going to happen like that. It ain't going to happen. You ain't going to reach no goals with that type of nonsense. You're just going to continue to flap your gums without any real results. And of course, you're going to attract a lot of hostility. But what can you expect when you believe or when you behave like a bigot? People are going to react. People are going to be upset, and rightfully so, because your fellow human beings feel threatened when people want to go at them with, threats of hell and threats of other bullshit simply for being in the LGBT community. That's incorrect. You Christians need to realize that. And I realize that there are other individuals out there who are not Christians who are against the LGBT community as well, and you can have any view you want. I don't really care. But who are you to tell an individual who they can and cannot love? Who are you? What are you trying to do here if it's not trying to suppress other people? Do you really think that it's necessary to suppress an individual because of their sexual orientation? Do you really think that it's necessary to keep an individual from loving another person because of their sexual orientation? That is completely absurd, highly unnecessary, and unethical, I might add, immoral as well. There have been many examples out there of this bigotry towards the LGBT community that has done nothing but leave a sour taste in my mouth. These behaviors displayed by bigots time and time again have made me sick to no end. It's something that really disgusts me, because people lose sight in regards to seeing what is most important in life, and that is humanity. People are always going to be different, and people need to learn to accept that. If it's something that you don't like, simply, again, turn your head. No one's pointing a gun to your head and telling you to look at it, to accept it. Just simply turn your head and walk the other way. It isn't going to affect your life on a big scale at all, in any way, shape, or form. So I don't understand why a lot of you individuals out there have the positions that you have. It just makes me sick. It really does. And this behavior is going to continue to eat away at society as time goes on. And it's going to create even bigger problems. A lot of people are going to get hurt. And for what? Bigotry? Nonsense? Hatred? Those aren't reasons to do what you do. Those aren't reasons at all. Those are just ideas that you think are necessary for everyday life, and that is completely absurd to me in every way. The LGBT community is something that should be taken seriously. because they are fighting and clawing for everything that they have gotten so far, and they will continue to fight for what they rightfully deserve. And that is to live peaceful lives and to be treated like everybody else. It is all about equality. That's what they are concerned with. And for those of you who think that the LGBT community is disgusting, you have no ground to stand on. And this not only goes for Christians, it goes for everybody else who is actively against the LGBT community. You know, they are people too. They deserve to be loved. They deserve to be cared for. They deserve to be able to walk outside and feel safe. They deserve to be able to walk outside and not worry about anybody coming up to them and trying to kill them or hurt them, etc., etc. Everybody deserves peaceful opportunities to enjoy life. You know, Nobody deserves any violence towards them for being in the LGBT community. That is complete nonsense. That is behavior that is nothing more than preposterous, immature, childish, and it should be put to rest, basically, because again, it's going to do nothing more than cause problems. We live in a day that, people need to start uniting and really analyzing the problems that are right there before them, instead of creating more problems. Work together, fix the problems that are before your very eyes. And only then can people start living peacefully. Put aside the bigotry, put aside the religious beliefs that are completely unnecessary for society, and work together. Fix problems. Unite with one another and move forward, because only then society can develop for a better tomorrow. Because if it don't, it's only going to get worse, and it's going to be pulled back eventually to where it will be nothing. Is that what you really want? Is that what you really want to happen? Is for society to be pulled back to the point where people won't even come out of their houses because they are so worried that they're going to be bullied for their sexual orientation, that they're going to be killed for their sexual orientation? Is that what you really want? Because that's what happens in third world countries. The LGBT community in third world countries are literally getting slaughtered every day. And those people think that it's necessary. They think that it must happen. And those people are nothing more than a bunch of ignorant douchebags. Plain and simple. They have no passion for humanity. They have no passion for other people's lives. They let this religious shroud cover their eyes and fill their mind with delusions that are beyond what they can actually fathom. And they move forward with these delusions, by thinking that everybody else that is different from them is nothing more than disease. And it's disgusting. It really is. Because these third world countries are a bunch of barbaric individuals who hold to a religious belief that is complete nonsense. And I continue to stand by that. Just like I continue to stand against Christianity in this country. They don't want equality. People in this country want a theocracy. Well, at least 70% of them do. I'm not so sure how accurate that is, but a large number of them want a theocracy. They want a place where the LGBT community is completely shut out of the picture. They want a place where atheists are completely out of the picture as well. They want a place where all other religions are out of the picture as well. They just want their world to exist. And that must never happen. Plain and simple. These individuals, just like in those third world countries, don't really have any passion for their fellow human beings. They don't have any love for their fellow human beings either. And in fact, if most of these Christian fundamentalists would get their way, a lot of us would probably be dead by now. That's sad and pathetic because it's something that, really disgusts me. It really does. And this type of behavior, like I have said many times before, should never be permitted. It should never have a platform to develop off of. It should never have any momentum at all. This type of bigotry, hatred, nonsense should be stopped before it even has a chance to start. Humanity is precious. We need to treat everybody equal. Whether it's atheists, LGBT community members, everybody needs to be treated equal. This barbaric behavior is nonsense. And it, again, is going to do nothing but cause problems. It'll eventually kill people because they are willing to die for their religious beliefs. They are willing to die for their bigoted beliefs. And that is sad and pathetic. We hold all the keys to all of the doors. And it is up to us to open these doors and fix these problems. Unite together and fix the problems that are right before us and concentrate on what is most important for society. Christianity needs to be put aside. Bigotry needs to be put aside. Hatred needs to be put aside. All of this fucking poison needs to be put aside. And actually put humanity in the center so that we can concentrate on making things better for everybody. And that's how I see it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. This was a pretty good video I made, in one take actually, Usually I make a lot of mistakes, but I try to, make my videos as quick as possible. But I had some time to think about this video for a while, and there was a couple of things that I wanted to get off my chest. And again, I wanted to thank Aliens Love Peanuts for, providing me with the videos that, motivated me to make this video. And like I said before, those videos will be in the description. Share this video with anyone as much as possible, whether it be on Facebook, Google+, Tumblr, Reddit, Yahoo, or wherever you guys hang out. So till next time, the Quiet Atheist is out. And remember, if you can be good at it. Most of all, thank you for watching.